Let's roll, let's roll. All right, hopefully this thing's alive still. Not chasing women is top tier advice, but it's not so easily applied, is it? I mean, this works great if you're a good looking guy, you're built, you've got everything, you're tall, and you have lots of money. And on top of that, you also have lots of time on your hands to spend that money, to live a certain lifestyle. Then yeah, absolutely. Not chasing women is a great strategy because they will literally flock to you. You're like a magnet, you know, you're just gonna attract them from all over the place and they'll show up out of nowhere. So absolutely, this works great if you're a top tier man. But how does this advice apply to us? How does it apply to a normal guy who's like still on the grind, who's still getting there, who's building the business, who's building his career, his lifestyle? You know, he doesn't have as much money yet, but maybe he's on the way, or he doesn't have a great body, he's not in shape, but he's getting there. How does this apply? Well, interestingly enough, just the same, except it's just a lot more painful. What I mean by that is ever since I started taking that advice of thinking, all right, you know what, I'm just going to focus on myself, build myself up and not actually chase any woman, not bother with that, because obviously it's a waste of time for the most part. Women themselves are not a waste of time, but chasing them, that's the waste. And you're thinking, all right, well, how the hell can I get with women now? Because truth be told, they're not looking your way. I know, being on that journey, women don't look at you. You're nobody. You're just some guy. They don't know what you have in your head. They don't know that you're super ambitious and you're absolutely locked in. You're killing it out there, just at a lower level because maybe you just started or you're still really young. There's nothing wrong with that. And the fact still remains, it's painful. You want to get in a relationship. You see that other couple, maybe they're working out together, or, you know, I know what you fuckers think. You're looking at another couple like a hungry, horny, down bad man. You're like, you know what? This guy's chick is not that good looking, but at least he gets to smash every now and then. And you're like, damn, that's so nice. That must be so nice because you're out here, you have no girl. You're like, I'm putting in all this work and I get absolutely nothing for it. Like, I am absolutely invisible to all women, especially the woman that I want or the good looking women. You're just absolutely invisible. And you're just thinking, well, how the hell am I ever going to get into a relationship or fuck relationship? How am I going to get to smash chicks without actually paying for it? How do I get across that step? And by the way, you should never, ever, ever pay for a woman to have sex with you. Obviously, if you spend money on your chick and you guys are in a relationship, that's fine. But actually directly just paying for sex, that's absolutely the worst thing you can do, because that teaches your brain that this is the way out. Every time you feel horny, you pay for someone and you get it. And I've never done it before, but I know it must feel so empty. There's no bigger turnoff in life than someone being intimate with you fakely. Imagine the entire time she's not even into you. She's just doing it because she's getting paid. That's the worst feeling ever. I can just imagine. Like, I don't even have to do it to imagine. And it's actually pretty similar to never allowing yourself to have a drink because you're sad. Because you open up your mind to now being like, all right, life is shit. Let's start drinking. That's how you get depressed. That's how you become an alcoholic. But that's besides the point. The thing is, and the bottom line is that it doesn't mean you can't say hi to women. It doesn't mean you can't go on dates. But to chase them, let's say there's a really nice woman and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna go for her. And then you get rejected or she's not that into it, but you keep on texting her and you're hoping she goes on a date with you. And maybe she does go, but then you're still chasing her and chasing. And she's like, I got 10 guys on my fingers right now. Any one of them is ready to hang out or give me a ride or take me out at any point, as soon as I say. Would you want to be that guy? No. It's no wonder that they say the girl goes after the one guy that actually doesn't care that much or give her attention, as opposed to the other guys in the room who are flooding her with free attention. It's not because you gotta play this weird character or be some super mysterious guy. It has to come off of you as a byproduct from the way you're living your life. Eventually, once you actually start seeing some results from all the work you're putting in, girls will take notice. And yeah, girls don't have the balls most of the time to approach you in person or to message you first and shoot their shot. They're not programmed that way. Obviously, if you're a super top tier man, and there will be women who will do that, but it's very rare. Most of the time, you have to open up. You have to be the one to say hi. You have to basically show them that you exist if they haven't already paid attention. But that's where you stop. You don't chase. So if you're on the grind, if you're working on yourself, should you spend time with women? It depends how much. It depends what you're looking for. If you're looking to smash every now and then, absolutely, but you don't chase it. It's very simple. You see a girl you like, you take her number, whatever, text her. If she's down to hang out, you go hang out. That's it. If she's not, forget she exists. Just move on. You were gonna go to the gym today anyway. You were gonna go work on your business anyway. And I guarantee you, if this is the way you approach it, this is how you actually get women's attention without actually chasing it or looking for it. You end up just attracting it. One thing that women are programmed for, their DNA, is to seek out a quality man, someone who is working on themselves. Now, they might not see you at first, but over time of seeing you and noticing you, or you maybe said hi, so now you're on the radar, they will build that fantasy in their head about you. What does this guy do? Why is he so confident? Why does he not chase any women? Does he have a woman already? Or does he not care? Does he have abundance? That is what makes you live in their head, in their mind. And eventually, they will take all the steps. Now, that doesn't mean you let her lead, but you just look at the signs, which you only learn from experience of when a woman's interested in you. And as soon as you extend your hand, she takes it. That's it. You never try to pull her out of the pond. You never try to force her out of her own way. If she's not willing to go for you, then move on. Very simple. And every woman knows this. As soon as you're chasing her, they know it intrinsically, that they have you wrapped around their fingers. They absolutely know it. I see guys do this all of the time, and it's so sad. And one of the situations I've been in before is actually hilarious. I was back in uni, so it's been over 5 years ago, and I get it, the dating market's different there. It's a little bit, no one's really dating that seriously, whatever. The girl still will choose the guy she wants to be with or have sex with, depending on various factors of attraction. And so I remember, and it's so sad for those guys. I remember being on the other end finally, the other end where I'm the guy she's with, but there are all these guys orbiting her, ready to do anything for her that she was just using. It's so easy. I mean, this girl doesn't have to call an Uber. When she has to go somewhere, she just hits up one of her guy friends. Hey, you mind giving me a ride? Man comes from across the city, picks her up, drops her home or wherever she needs to be, and gets nothing for it. Absolutely nothing. I mean, those guys are beyond friend-zoned. And funny thing is, that didn't even bother me. But I found it so hilarious because once upon a time, I was on that end. I was the nice guy. I was trying to do all the right things. I was trying to be helpful. And I'm sure a lot of us have done this, but it doesn't get you anywhere. And then you're thinking or suspecting, hey, I'm the one driving this girl everywhere. I get her gifts, presents, I have a feeling she's cheating or she's talking to other guys that she's meeting up with because shit's a little too sus. You know, your brain starts going off like, I don't know, something's not clean here. And yeah, that's the reality. She probably is getting with other guys because they're not you. They're not that nice guy who's ready to be her little puppy, her little doggy style. Like, don't do that. And to take it one step further, it's hilarious to sit there with a chick who is showing you her phone and she's like, look at all these guys texting me. And obviously, you know, you could be like, that's a shit test, whatever. She's trying to see your reaction. Well, that's not the point. The point is, you're looking at that and you're like, wow, there are guys sliding in DMs, saying bullshit, complimenting, free attention. Women thrive on this shit. Now, obviously, if you're taking a girl seriously, you're not going to entertain this kind of bullshit. But however, if it's just some chick that you're with, doesn't really matter, and you're looking at her phone and this is what's going on, and you're like, all these guys have no idea that I'm sitting right next to her, that there is already a guy with her, and it's not them. And they're the ones showering her with compliments, they're chasing her, and this guy doesn't give a fuck. He works on himself, he does his thing, And once in a while, he hits her up whenever he feels like it. That's it. You have to take it to that level. I've literally made phone calls before, out of the blue, wouldn't speak to a chick for like months. I have no idea what's going on in her life. And she's someone who lived really far, like an hour or more from me. And I just so happened to be in the area one day, going along with my business. And I'm like, hey, I know this chick lives in the area. Hey, I'm in the area. You want to meet in 10 minutes? She's like, oh, what? You didn't call? You didn't reply to my text? How am I supposed to get ready in 10 minutes? Oh, no problem. Next time then. Hang up. 1 minute later, you get a call and it goes, I'll be ready in 10 minutes. That's not chasing women. Was that my plan? Was that a trick? Absolutely not. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm going to move on. Like, I'm just going to go along my business as it was initially. It doesn't matter. That is not what I'm thinking about. It's a thought that came into my head. I vocalized it without any kind of expectation. And then just whatever, next, move on. Go along your day. That's where you need to get to. And how does that feel? It feels fucking amazing to be in that kind of situation. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's the best feeling because you're like, yeah, I'm the fucking man. I don't depend on these chicks. I don't depend on their emotional state. I'm not their doggy style. I'm not the doormat that she can just wipe her feet on. I extend my hand, you either grab it or you don't, and I move on. That's it. That includes rejection. You get rejected, all right, sounds good, no problem, peace out. It's very simple. Do not make a double or triple attempt. The cost is not worth it. You will then be giving up your own personal time on what you're working on, and then she won't even appreciate you for it because you're chasing her. Because you need her. You don't need her. You don't need a random stranger, some chick that you thought was hot. You don't need her. She's never been in your life, and your life will be just the same without her. It's fine. Anyway, I'll cut it here. I'll catch you guys in the next one.